Hello YouTube and welcome to episodes 5 and 6 in the Symphogear G reaction series. Back here after Christmas and the holidays, hope you all had a good period and that kind of thing. And hope you guys are ready to jump back into Symphogear, because I certainly am. I've been missing it. It's kind of been weird. I did only episode 4, kind of that Christmas Day-ish period. So it feels like it's been a long time since I've really done a couple episodes. I really want to do a couple episodes today. There may be some weird stuff going on with, because I need to leave for work at some point. So maybe me changing clothes and coming back at another time. Hopefully the video's not delayed. We'll see. The other thing that I've mentioned in a couple of other videos so far, so maybe you've heard it, lighting. Lighting's slightly different. I got a gamer light for Christmas, so if I wanted to do, say, some Symphogear colors, maybe like a deep blue, works. Maybe like a yellow. I mean, lights are normally yellow anyway. Green. It's not really much green in Symphogear. Maybe a pink. Yeah, I could do that. I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, something like that, a little bit more natural. Probably good. But if you guys wanted to do that, I would be open to doing it. Be more effective at night, probably, considering the light's still poking through there. Anyway, that's rambling. I need to get onto the episodes. But before that, comment summary, because there was a lot of comments last week, so I dug through to get the main points of what you guys were talking about. So one of the main themes through the comments was the level up in terms of fight choreography. Bamps and Kosogtha had some thoughts on this. Kind of that first fight in episode 4. Very dynamic, kind of Tsubasa all across the water with her little blades on her legs just shooting across. And I think I noted it during the reaction. There's some really good angles. Mari has a cool fighting style with the cape. It's just a good time. It moves in the right directions. The right people win when they should win. There's a little bit of mystery with whatever's in the air that's making things disappear. And it ends with Chris turning into a rifle. So it's pretty good. Yeah, that just continues on my thoughts about the general quality of Season 2 being better than 1. Yeah, it just is. So if we keep going like that, love it. Should be good. Apparently the linker drug they talked about was the same one that Kanade had in the flashback in Season 1. Kanade also says, so that's as far as I can go in Episode 1. That's what Maria says last episode as well, so that's where the connection between Tsubasa, Kanade, Maria comes from. This was brought up by Bamps, M. Marsh, and Bonnie. Inspect Bang, I think, was the name of the fake little show that Itaba and her gang were performing. That was an absolute delight. Loved that scene, just a little bit of levity in there. Apparently there's a full version of this song sung by Genjiro? Maybe I want to see that? I don't know. That sounds pretty good. Bamps and Vincent brought that one up. There was a little bit of conjecture about the build-up into the Chris stuff at the end of last episode, something I was a little bit critical of. I still probably stick to my guns there, but it's on the proviso that, hey, they're probably moving in a different, more interesting direction in the next 2 episodes, instead of doing a pretty rote school festival arc. I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. I really like school festivals. I really like the build-up. I think they could have spent more time at the school festival doing school festival things. Maybe a haunted house. Maid cafe. These kind of things, right? It could have been fun. I don't know, it's not criticism because it's hard to say that stuff without seeing what is the opportunity cost. You know what I mean? So what are we doing instead? That's what we're going to see today. But I guess it was from the perspective of these people of thinking that it's a natural extension of what was already happening with Chris, which I don't disagree with. Just a little bit fast for me. It is what it is. That was brought up by Flare Knight and Bonnie. Just in general, there was a lot of love for Chris in the comments. Chris is clearly a character that a lot of people like. Bamps, Flare Knight, Otro, Kosogtha, lots of different people bringing up how much they love Chris as a character. Except for Virginia, who said he was the only one not on the Chris train, which is, I don't know, fair enough. Chris is that classic kind of character that they do in a lot of different shows, which is somebody starts one way and then gradually moves another way, and it's just extremely satisfying to watch. It's just growth, 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 growth. Started them in a bad spot, only room to grow, baby. Unless they're clearly villainous, then of course they won't grow. That's the problem. So yeah, Chris fits this mold pretty well, and I think they do a pretty good job at it. Shirabe does indeed have wheelies. That's kind of that piece of animation where she's moving with not a lot of different stuff going on, I would say. Looked a bit goofy. But yeah, I like that she has like the Heeley shoes that people used to have in the 2000s. I think that's a neat touch. Brought up by David Myford, Kosogtha, Bonnie. And Kosogtha did a really deep dive into kind of Chris's lunch, which I found kind of fascinating, the little details in the show and hyper-analyzing on them. Essentially, the point was, hey, Genjiro brought her this lunch in Season 1 when she was kind of by herself. Remember, she was in the building? Yeah. And it was a certain type of lunch, specifically with milk, and that's what she brings to school instead of these nice prepared lunches that everybody else has. So maybe there's some thing going on there. Maybe what are the girls thinking about that? What does Chris think about that? Is this what she associates with lunch and having a good time and care? I don't know. It's a weird one to look at. Seemingly innocuous detail becomes very relevant if you make the right arguments, and that's what I'm all about. Instead of a traditional recap this time, I'm going to do an essential stuff to take forward, kind of like a stock take, an inventory check going forward of things that are happening with the characters and that we need to keep an eye on. So Maria, this is the most central kind of conflict to the villain side, I guess you would call it. Maria is becoming more and more like Fine, and Fine is bad, so we shouldn't become like Fine. But Maria seems to understand that this is her lot in life and is kind of accepting of it, or maybe Fine's already starting to come through a little bit. I've noted that she's a little bit more, I don't know, cold in the scene from the first episode to the scene where we saw her in episode 4. This leads into Shirabe and Kirika's motivation, which is they don't want Maria to fight because if Maria transforms, she becomes more and more like Fine. So whenever she has to fight, it's a reflection of them not being good enough. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. That's pretty tragic. It's going to lead to a lot of self-blame and that kind of thing. Dr. Ver is clearly sus. He is clearly the baddest guy until Fine is fully returned. He clearly has some evil plan with Nephilim to do some stuff. It feeds on relics, which is bad. I've talked about this before. Symphogear is all about sharing and bearing the brunt of everything together instead of one thing taking all of the different relics and becoming all powerful. It's very much for the people instead of for the one. The eye patch lady, I still don't have a name for her, I don't think. Mum. She was coughing up blood, and that is filmic shorthand for I don't have long to live. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. She's not long for this world. Maybe that's another thing that's going to change Maria, make her turn down an even darker path, that kind of thing. We'll see. There's clearly a connection, which I've talked about before, between Tsubasa, Mario, Kanade. There's something going on there. Character design similarities between Maria and Kanade as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Tsubasa and Maria seems to be the conflict mainly this time around. Hibiki's conflict still seems pretty internal, kind of pertaining to what happened between Season 1 and Season 2. That little flashback we got. Something about a grandma, I think? We're going to have to see. And Chris just basically won the school festival, so that was not the conclusion of what she has going on, but a big step. It's kind of singing in public, singing out to everybody else. She loves singing, she loves expressing her inward emotions outward. And yeah, it's all very beautiful. But she is being challenged by Kirika and Shirabe, and that is the most clear plot thing that we have to follow this episode, I think. That's where we're going to start off, I believe. The prediction segment, that's basically an extension of what I just said. Like, all of those points, essential stuff to take forward, will have bearing on these next couple episodes, if not even further into the season. So without any further ado, we're just going to jump into the episode. I mean, I say that, but I'm also going to do my shill stuff. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And Discord, I've recently finished Chainsaw Man as of this morning. I uploaded the video, so that was fun. That means there's a new poll. New poll will be out probably tomorrow, maybe today, maybe tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye out for a new poll. Vote for a new show on the channel. I know the Symphogear people are very passionate about other certain shows that I should watch, so hey, this is your chance to have your opinion heard. I'll try to collect a pretty eclectic group of shows to vote for, so we'll see what we can do. Rightio, time to jump into episode 5 of Symphogear G right now. Rightio, got episode 5 up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen. 23 minutes and 42 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly. As always, picture-in-picture in the description there. Rightio, 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, right back where we left off. It's been a while since I watched Symphogear. This will be nice. It's gonna be the old, the Mean Girls. You don't even go here. Oh. I like the build up into the opening too. Very cool. This starting melody is so nice. Kung Fu Hamster. It's all that came to mind there. Hasn't been much Miku, I'll say. Miku was very important to season 1. Because Hibiki and Miku's conflict was one of the main through lines, you would say. Igalima. Then this character here, that one. What's going on there? I'm gonna have to watch out for that. Just in general, I like that we have... So after Fine that was very obviously really evil, we have some characters that are more sympathetic on the other side. I still think that's a really nice touch. Because getting, like, pure evil every time is, like, a little bit lame. Alright, where are we going? What are we doing? Oh, I know these two brats. Yeah, what are they cooking? Oh, yeah. Although... What is happening? Okay, government forces. Where are they now? Oh, when is this? This doesn't seem like the Mario that... Yes, this is a very clear plot point going forward. Watch these government types force her to transform again. Okay, so it isn't in the past. Okay. She looks very different with her gear on and when she doesn't. Just in the body. Like a lot thinner. It's up to you to fight. Gungunir. She's still very reluctant. She puts on a brave face for everyone else. What's up? Oh, we hate that. What are we doing? I'm gonna snatch your chain. All the people in the crowd are like, what's happening? So they're gonna get the wish and then say, give me your stone. Based. Oh, interesting. Oh, the subbing. Bro, I love this song. Oh yeah, this is great already. The kind of persistent song through the whole scene. It's time for you to do the thing. You hardly ever see that spelling of jail anymore. Oh, she loves it. Oh, this is really good. That. Yeah, awesome. God, I wish I was good at singing. I love singing, I'm just really bad at it. Oh, yeah. Ver's gone too crazy. Like, look at this evil man. Okay. I mean, as long as Maria doesn't have to transform, that's like really good. I mean, it's not good because he's like killing other dudes, but it's good. Like, we don't know who these guys are. You forget how horrific it is, actually. Like, they just like melt. That was great. I love the song. Effective duet too, two distinct vocalists. Nice harmonies there as well. Oh, they loved it. Who are these two like little girls and why did they kill it? I mean, I agree. But we need to know their character motivations. So weird voices for these characters. Oh my goodness. They're gonna be like, what? Yeah, you're like, he's bad. He's a bad dude. He just killed like 3 children. Wait, there's judges? I thought it was just like an applause thing. Okay, bye. Hmm. Good instincts. Really good instincts. The background track too. Jesus. It's really good. Has like a JRPG feel to it. Okay. Where we going? Someone gonna pick you up? Big whale. What is happening? Yeah, we got blocked by a bunch of fish. What was that? That was so funny. We can't walk through the fish. It'd be disrespectful. Yeah, but I got Heelys. We don't want to fight you. What do you mean? Okay, apparently we're doing a duel. Nobody agreed to anything, but sure. Okay, bye. Yes. Yeah, we are. I mean, if you go there now, they're like still there. Are we still in the submarine? The submarine's cool. I like the submarine. Excuse me. Didn't you guys send the people in? Whoa. So that was Hibiki and Mario? Exact same. Weird. Yeah. Okay, so they were kind of rogue, away from the government itself. Well, they knew they had something fire, probably. Isn't there something in like superhero fiction, like Invisible Plane? That seems like something I've seen before. Oh, so that were the Americans that found them there. I see. Okay. What is the frontier? Yeah, somebody give her some emotional support, please. Yeah, she looks so different out of costume. This is a okay, this is a straight up flashback. Very important. I want to know who you are. Ooh, still has that eye. Okay. What kind of song? Oh, hence the bleeding mouth and eyes. Good old FIS. A little bit like Hibiki. Oh, interesting costume. I do prefer Hibiki's bike shorts, I must say. So, yeah, is this the first scene? Is shit gonna start to blow up? Everyone always talks about Fine in these. Yes, I see. And something about apples with that first scene. Yeah. Were they able to stop the dude though? I'm pretty sure they were. Specimens. Yeah, fuck these people. Says Imoto, so must be actually sister. Yeah, horrific. We hate that. Like, really, like, doll-like skin. Yeah. That's about what happened last time. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, but they, like, totaled that city, huh? Give her a hug. She needs it. Oh, straight with the head. Just burrow in there. You reckon? I have my doubts. Can we fuck Ver off? He's so cringe, honestly. Double slap. Did they promise? Kind of just happens. Did I say about the pacing? It's kind of nuts. Yeah, that's exactly where they are. Did they say Tokyo? Is this in Tokyo? Oh, hello. Yeah, we hate this guy. Okay. Yeah. We get to see these transformation sequences again. Speaking in a mumble. Lucky these are cool though. Yeah, hell yeah. This is a song I've heard before, I think. Yes. First episode, I believe. Yeah, I remember saying all these things about it, like a punch. Yeah. It's got a really strong chorus, this song, I remember. Something really repeatable. Yeah, they've been very naughty. Yeah, would hate for that. Oh, the moon. The moon's gonna fall down to Earth? That's some conspiracy theory logic. Okay. What is Nephilim gonna do? There he is. Is he gonna eat the moon or punch the moon? Oh. Ayo, pause. Okay, this guy's clearly bigger. Punch him in the head. Yeah. I knew there was some repeat there. Well, the vocals are cool. So some of it's like a background track, but some of it's repeated over the top by her in this scene. Like the re-singing, you know? Like really hitting certain words when she punches. Yeah, but shut up. Oh. That's really bad. I need that. Oh shit. Yeah, I need that to do my stuff. Weird. How are we gonna get out of this one? How are we gonna get out of this one, gang? Yeah, did I say about the pacing? I can pedal to metal. Let's go. I can't say I saw that plot development coming, so that's why they thought that they're the good guys, is that they're going to try to power up Niflheim, something about a frontier, to save the moon from crashing into the earth and killing everybody. Is that why Hibiki's a hypocrite? Because she says that they should all just get along and blah 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 blah, when in reality there's people that are taking away, or not telling the general public certain stuff and taking away, like they're gonna escape, right? They're devising their own plans to save themselves, which is inherently selfish. So we're going to do something inherently selfish to make up for that. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. It's opened up a can of worms for sure. Yeah. Shout out Symphogear. Radio, got to jump into a little bit of analysis on episode 5 there. Yeah, Symphogear's back, baby, and it's very fast paced, as I've said. We went through a million different things in this episode to the point where I kind of foresaw, like, okay, these are going to be plot developments in episode 8, episode 9, episode 10, when we're really leading into our climax. Like the revisiting of that flashback, I thought they were keeping that in the tuck for way later. I can't believe we did that in episode 5. Like, that's so exciting because we just have, like, way more to go. You know what I mean? There's definitely more stuff here that we haven't even discovered yet, which is cool. I don't know, in your standard show, I think they would use that kind of lead in to create emotional stakes right there towards the end. But right now, we're just revealing a lot of that. I mean, there's still obviously more to go into with the relationship between Maria and her sister. I'm imagining it's biological sister, and it's not just a term of endearment, considering hair color and that kind of thing as well. What else happened this episode? They agreed to a duel, but not really. So I don't know why they went out to their base again all alone. Anyway, it is what it is. There was a singing competition. They killed it. I thought the song was really good. It's a Zweiwing song. I wonder if that had already been recorded by Kanade and Tsubasa and they were just covering it, or it's actually a unique song that in universe is by Zweiwing, but it was only performed ever by these two. I wonder. I don't know. Either way, the composition there was excellent. I love the chorus. I think it's great. Again, just catchy. Catchier songs this season, I think. Like even Hibiki's song there towards the end, I remembered the da 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 part of it, like even from way back in episode 1. That's like a month ago, even more. I think that's pretty impressive. What else happened? Dr. Ver is like the worst. He's the worst. We hate him. Miku's still not really in this season very much. She says Hibiki a lot, and that's kind of about it. Hibiki lost an arm. I can't believe I left that till last. Yeah, she has lost an arm. So let's talk about that with Hibiki's general stuff going on. It's about holding hands. That is her armed gear to hold other people's hands. She can't have something in her hands that's a weapon because she needs to boost everyone else. Basically, they need to hold hands and make sure it's all okay and sing together and make sure that you know Again, it's about really sweet and flowery ideas of world peace and sharing emotions and being on the same page and communication and all sorts of themes. So, we are literally taking away one of her best assets right now. I wonder how she will react. She also can't punch. Punching is pretty necessary for her to be competent at fighting. Having one hand is tough. I wonder how this will happen with the series going forward. It's not like it's spoilers for Chainsaw Man, but hey, when bad stuff happens to Chainsaw Man, he doesn't really, like, it doesn't stay. It's not like that. She can't regenerate body parts very easily like other characters. So it'll be interesting to see where we go. This might be a actually huge development. I was kind of waiting for Hibiki stuff to get kickstarted actually, so that's good. Either way, episode up here. Should get him wriggle on because I am running out of time. And yeah, just going to pause it when I find stuff to talk about. Which there was a lot this episode, so it shouldn't be hard. So we start very much where we left off. Who is our next challenger? That'll be Shirabe and Kirika. And that's our lead in straight into the opening, kind of no new information before then. Tsubasa here kind of out and says some stuff that if somebody overheard it, they'll be like, what? What are you talking about? They are the Symphogear users who declared war on the world, our enemy. Like, somebody in the robe in front of them could be like, what are you talking about? This episode is called Bloodbath Serenade. Thinking back to the last scene, I can think of a certain bloodbath. We're actually about to see a bloodbath right now as well, courtesy of Dr. Ver. He kind of murders everybody, including 3 kids that are just like bicycling by, which is kind of funny. I mean, I say kind of funny, but it's also like clearly you're like evil, like really evil. I wanted to note something about her character design. I think it's very different when she's in her actual Symphogear form. I don't know what it is. I might get up something on screen here-ish to kind of demonstrate that. But yeah, just a little bit strange. I don't know. It's maybe hair color? Because I initially thought that this was straight in the past, which wouldn't have made much sense considering what happens next. Yeah, where she is essentially flashing back due to the vignetting and the coloring to something that would have happened very recently, so it can't be in the past. Either way, whenever Maria uses her power, Fine's soul grows stronger. That is the stakes for this scene. They don't want Maria to transform and to take out these guys. At least even Ver doesn't. He's like, it'll be a waste of her power. Again, as I've explained before, Shirabe and Kirika clearly feeling some responsibility for whatever happens to Maria, considering this kind of condition put on her. So I'm still kind of trying to figure out everything that's going on here, unless Ver's just full of shit. I guess the FIS were doing these kind of experiments, got wind that the moon is going to fall out of the sky and hit the Earth and kill everybody, and then started working independently because of that. Do certain people in the government not want this information out there? Don't want FIS to succeed in their plan? I don't know. Clearly our Symphogear team didn't have all the facts. Like, clearly they should be working to stop the moon from falling into the Earth. That would be bad. Think about the implications of that from our whole lore perspective too. Something something Lulu Amel, something something Curse of Balal. Very interesting one there. Maybe it's just full of shit. We're trying to destroy the moon again. Like, that would make sense. I don't know. I imagine we're going to get some kind of Trigger-esque scene again where we punch the moon out of the sky. Maybe. Or at least try to stop it from falling into the Earth. Should be cool when it happens. So these soldiers here, I initially thought that they were just, you know, Team Symphogear again, Team Disaster Squad, I think we're calling them. But no, these are the Americans that are kind of fighting against this rogue FIS unit that has kind of defected. Yeah, it looks like our countrymen have caught up with us. I should have read that line. That would have made more sense. So I thought the conflict here was going to be Maria needs to protect this mom character while Shirabe and Kiriko are away literally singing at a concert, and they're going to feel bad about that. Like, they're going to come back and Maria would have had to fight, and that would be the drama there. But we don't go in that direction. Clearly Maria is going through some different shit because of what happens with Ver. Like, despite everything, we're still in an organization that is very evil. Makes her think back to what happened with her sister. Does the very classic, I can't even do it like this and the stick out of the tongue. I won't subject you to that. But, you know, very tropey. Clearly, like, the brat, the more brash, open one compared to Shirabe there, who's a little more not emotional. I don't know how to describe it. Stoic. It's your classic couple, basically, like opposites attract. So their motivation is if we win, we get a wish. We're going to wish to snatch your chain, essentially. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the qualifications for the wish are, how binding it is, but I digress. They thought it was a good idea anyway. We've done this in the past with Symphogear as well, but I think this is a good execution of it. We kind of have this song happening diegetically in a scene and then using it non-diegetically for a different battle as well. As someone is singing something somewhere else, somebody is fighting. I think it's very cool. And they're singing Orbital Beat, which is a Zweiwing song, clearly taunting Tsubasa and the gang. I was expecting Hibiki to rock out because she's a huge Zweiwing fan, so... Oh, wait, she's a huge Tsubasa fan. Maybe she went back to explore the earlier work, I don't know. And of course I have some lyrics to read. I don't know how relevant they are considering it isn't a Symphogear, song, so it isn't a reflection of somebody's inward emotions outward, like Symphogear normally is. It's just a cover of a different song, but we'll have a read regardless. Now, praying for your painful cry, that is kind of the refrain happening in the background. Oh yeah, fly, and then this battle here begins. It has begun. Just good pacing, right? Like song clearly starts with a big opening note. It has begun. Even the untold number of human prayers and the god's light are the devil's invention, like a jail that swallows all. Pretty negative. Rather than being tossed around by my karma and replaceable, I will be me, one of a kind. Louder and louder, our burning hearts are connected by our thunderous pulse. Yeah, sounds like some Symphogear stuff. All is not what it seems, but regardless, I'm going to try my best and be the person that I believe I am. All I do is look at the Sirius stars in my heart. This idea of stars again, and hearts, clearly Symphogear. And cross the darkness. And then we have kind of a little stop here while we watch Ver vamp out for a bit. Actually, no, the lyrics keep going. The noise that rages around us and a silence like polar ice. Or noise is clearly noise. I don't know if that's a direct translation or it's actually the word for noise. And a cold silence, like a lack of singing, are part of your heartbeat like a carol that wipes the world away. I didn't want to be betrayed, I didn't want to hurt, all I wanted was to live free of sin. Now that dream lies dormant, my paranoia was smashed to pieces the moment we held hands. Okay, that's nice, I think. It's weird, it's oscillating between kind of Doomer vibes and really nice Symphogear-esque sentiments. Either way, what's happening on screen is Ver is a bad bitch, and he's going to summon a bunch of noise, and they're going to kill all the Americans. So he's evil. We get it, right? Clearly the lighting, clearly the character design, clearly everything, right? Especially when he starts getting more and more contorted in the face later in the episode, it's very clear that he is very villainous. With burning fire, I reenact my memories here where life and death have no meaning. Yeah, and that's the end of the song. That kind of ended with the now praying for your painful cry again as well. Can we imply some things why Zweiwing wrote that? Maybe? What were Kanade and Tsubasa feeling at the time? What was the connection between them two? Can we apply that same connection to Kirika and Shirabe? I think so, maybe. We're not so different, you and I. That kind of vibes. It also implies the really strong interpersonal connection between Kanade and Tsubasa in the past, which makes what happened at the concert all the more sad. They clearly just like singing too, so Kirika's very happy there. Then Tsubasa here again. Why must we, the singers of songs, fight each other? Very true. Does Tsubasa see a lot of their relationship or Kanade and her own relationship in their relationship, I think? Again, we're not so different, you and I. Why must we fight? What is the reason? And we find out later in the episode, right? Feels like kind of a big misunderstanding if Ver's just spitting facts. Like, you could have told us about this and we could have put some plan in place to try and stop it. I don't know. But I guess the whole thing is maybe they'll blab to the public and then all the public will know and then mass hysteria. Maybe. Here we get one of the most clearly villainous things we've seen a character do so far. It's like Ver's just, oh my god, look at him. And then, yeah, I'm gonna murder these three, kids that did nothing. That are clearly Japanese as well. Like, aren't you fighting the Americans right now? Anyway, I digress. This is what kind of sends Maria into a spiral for this episode. So just like in the past, her actions, or lack thereof actions, have caused innocent people to get hurt and die. thinking back to her sister late in the episode. So they're about to announce the winner of the competition. I don't know who would have won. I mean, both songs there were pretty good. Kind of the song from episode 4 and this one. But they get a little message on the earpiece. Hey, we've been discovered. Come back quickly. We'll rendezvous somewhere. And as this is happening, as Mum's kind of speaking these words, we see Maria breaking down a little bit. Again, is she forced into non-action due to the presence of Fine? Like, she doesn't want Fine to have greater control? Is that something we can look at? Either way, these two book it. And then Shirabe's like, hey, Maria might be in some strife. We may need to get around her somewhat. Miku, you stay here. We may have to fight them. Okay. Hibiki. What's Miku doing this season? What's Miku up to? Did we just forget about her? I don't know. I liked Miku. Bring back Miku. This is hilarious. They kind of get blocked by giant, like, I'm guessing they're like paper mache whales. You know, school festival stuff, like displays. I'm like, oh, we clearly can't walk through them. And then because of that, they get cornered. A very funny coincidence. This is a very funny scene, because then they're like, we'll have a duel. Bye. And nobody agrees to a duel. Hibiki brings out her Hibiki lines. It's not like we have to fight every time we meet. Or do we? Make up your mind. I don't know what make up your mind means in that context. Like, or do we? Is that what it's about? Yeah, okay. We'll notify you of the time and place. Bye. It's like, I didn't agree to anything. Yeah, a bit of a goofy ass scene, but we're not going to complain too much. Then these three are sent to the location where the noise were to just have a little squiz and see what was going on. So I guess Chris didn't win the contest either. Like, what was her wish? Do we ever get to see that? I don't know. They kind of needed to do work stuff, so it happens. So Genjiro is pondering why there's so many dead people from Noise in this facility last time who attacked them, because he knows that he didn't attack them. And then the information comes through about the government data processing, and they finish their analysis. And look, there's no difference between the wavelength for Maria or Hibiki. It seems that Gungnir is true. It is actual Gungnir. It isn't a replica. It isn't something different. They're not lying to you. Very clear, like, directorial technique here. Like here's Maria, and then fade into Hibiki. The connection between the two. Which I thought we were doing more stuff with, well, I guess that's an extension of it. I thought it was Tsubasa that had more to do with Maria, but Maria has to do with Kanade, which has to do with Hibiki. And it all connects, right? There's some convoluted stuff about stealing Sakurai's research, Ryoko's research, but the American government was after Fine's research. If they had an institute like the FIS and the ability to manufacture their own Symphogear, what would they need to go after Fine? So the FIS got hold of certain technologies and wanted to monopolize them, take it away from the government themselves. Hence, Fine still needs to communicate with the American government because FIS is different from the Americans at this point. Why would FIS go as far to make enemies of their own country? I don't know. We'll see. Is it something to do with the moon? Does the timeline match up there? How new is FIS? How far in the past has the thing happened with Maria and her sister? Again, we're going to say. Niflheim apparently is still growing. Maybe we see a fully grown-ish Niflheim later in the flashback there. Activate the frontier is another thing that we need to follow. I don't know what the frontier is and where it is or what's happening there, but something to follow for sure. You should have already accepted everything you would need to carry on Serena's wishes, Maria. So I'm guessing that's the sister, Serena. Yeah, cool, and now we're flashing back. I remember seeing those screens up there flashing Fine at one point. So I wonder what happened there. So as we expected, it is impossible to control a complete relic that was forcibly awakened without the use of a song. So they're not using traditional Symphogear powers to do this, they're doing some science bullshit and it's gone out of control. And the mum character, she clearly doesn't have the eye patch at the moment. Maybe she gets the eye patch during the scene when it goes awry. I don't know. Need to keep an eye on it. And then I'm going to call her Serena, Maria's sister. She starts to sing. She says, I'll sing my superb song and fix everything. And the song is meant to reset Niflheim back to its reawakened state, or unawakened state. Kind of this relic that we already have control of at the start of the season. So that's even more baggage for Maria, right? We're trying to start up this relic that was the main cause of my sister dying. That's tough. I wouldn't put her on that mission. That's it's almost sadistic. I'll be alright. Cope. You won't be alright. Superb songs are bad news. We've been through that. Yeah, give me Hibiki vibes here. I never wished to don this gear. I did wish to protect everyone once I found I had it. and then goes off to protect everyone. Very self-sacrifice, very selfless, and proceeds to sing her superb song. It seemingly works, though, for what she wanted it to be used for. And then we go straight back into the first scene we saw in the first episode of Season 2, that is. This song about the apples, which I'm going to have a little reread of now to see if I can grasp anything else. Again, apple, symbol of creation. Biblical themes. Could even be a relic. Something like that. The voice here in Mario is different too, to my knowledge. All of the scientists up the top, despite being saved, are still more concerned about the loss of their own assets. Astonished at the amount of human corruption and greed that we have, I guess. Something we see again manifested through Ver. So even though we needed Ver, like, why do they need Ver, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? What does he do? Is he just on their team? Did he promise them some stuff? I don't know. The apple crashed down to Earth, the stars were born, and then the songs, and the Lulu Amel could smile forever. As we see her dying. All will be revealed, I'm sure, but it's very intriguing. Yep, horrific. We hate it. Thank goodness Maria, as she's bleeding from the mouth and eyes, even in this moment, still extremely selfless, just happy that her sister's still alive. Yeah, Serena. Okay, we got the confirmation there. I don't know why I'm dumb. I'm imagining that's when the mum's legs go to when that kind of pillar falls on them. Unlike you, I may not be able to protect anybody with my song. Thinking back to those 3 boys, maybe. I'm in a position right now where I can't sing, therefore can't protect people, therefore can't express what I'm really feeling. I'm hiding things. Stewing on some stuff when we should really be open. And then we see a familiar location. We go all the way back to, what do they call it? It's like Kadingir. That's the tower, right? The city is seemingly totaled, and we see the reunion between Shirabe, Kirika, and Maria. And she gets pretty close here. Like, diving in there. I wonder how much is Maria also seeing, like, her own little sister in these two as well. Like, this is such a nice, touching moment. Then we just have to deal with, like, gross-ass Dr. Ver just, like, being there as well. We hate him. Like, let's start a campaign. We hate Dr. Ver. They get a couple slaps here, which is more like, hey, stop playing around. We really need to focus. This is a very important time. Stop going off and doing singing contests that have no bearing on anything. Because if you were around the base when it got attacked by the Americans, maybe you could have done something. Maybe Mario wouldn't have had to see those kids die. Anyway, I digress. Even says the 3 of you. So maybe she wanted Mario to take action there instead of just merely stand by. Even though what's happening with Mario? Interesting. Dr. Ver wants to make use of the duel that was promised, trying to get all the girls in one location. So they set off some noise to kind of notify them to meet at this certain location, an unlisted address in Tokyo, specially designated blockade area. SDBA? It's the former site of Kadingir. Genja is very good at standing up and yelling things. I think that's fun. And they run into Dr. Ver, he produces some noise for them to fight, and we get our transformation sequences here. It's pretty cool when they're all playing at once, very effective. And we get Hibiki's song from the first episode playing out again, a lot of the similar Hibiki-type themes. I unleash my full power, a single straight line is the shortest path. And that's actually pretty cool animation there. Let me get back. Like right here, this fight. Even though it's 2 times speed, like the 2 punch out. It's pretty cool. She's not going to be able to do that one much longer considering what happens at the end of the episode, so we'll see. So none of the other girls are out there. I'd hate for them to be swayed by your youthful naivete. What we seek is the salvation of humanity. We're not plotting anything. We wish to save countless lives that will be lost when the moon falls down to Earth. So is he spitting facts or is he just lying? I'm pretty sure he's spitting facts. This makes sense. It'd be a nice natural development, a nice big climax for the season. He uses conspiracy theory logic here, like, only the government elites know about this. It's like, well, why didn't they tell everyone else? Because why would they tell everyone else? Think about it. Which is like it's a paradox. Like, it's not good logic. It's a logical loop. It's a self-affirming thing. Yeah, why would they announce a possible collision? Think about it. It's like, come on, man. Maybe I'm gullible or whatever, but I believe that information about a planet crashing into another planet or a moon crashing into another planet would be big enough news that it would perhaps leak in a more concrete way. I don't know. So the answer to this is Nephilim. Certain groups are trying to just save themselves and not alert anybody else. And then Nephilim appears. There is a very suspect noise shooting sticky, white, gooey liquid all over these two. Suspect screenshot right now, I do not like. But it's mostly to explain why these two can't help when Hibiki is fighting Nephilim. Yeah, that line, "My heart shakes the world," and she also says that, but she's also singing it in the scene as well, putting emphasis on the word when she punches. Again, I've noted it before, kind of the re-recordings of certain songs to make them match with scenes. Just that going the extra mile to make it seem more lived in. I think it's great. So it's kind of like this background track playing, but also she'll say certain words. "Hero of the lunar attack, what do you seek to protect with those fists of yours?" I mean, it's a good point. Like, why is she hunting Nephilim right now? Why is she punching it? I guess it's attacking her. But this thing may be important to stopping the moon thing. I think at this point we could probably just talk it out. I don't know. Though you may be able to protect a few, think of how many more lives they will take. Thinks back to Shirabe calling her a hypocrite. Is this what is meant by that line? Like, even though you say you're fighting for the people, fighting to protect as many people as possible, right now you're fighting against us who are trying to do something like that with Nephilim. More has to be revealed, but maybe that's the conflict for Hibiki. Maybe losing one of the arms will lead to some more development there. And yeah, losing one of the arms, as I just said, just get bitten off. I like the red here, or the blood. That's very reminds me of something else, almost Kill la Kill-esque. Which clearly Kill la Kill has different influences as well. Probably the same influences that influence in this. If anybody, yeah, it reminds me of something. It's on the tip of my tongue. Same thing happens in stuff like No More Heroes. Like somebody will lose a limb and blood explodes everywhere. I don't know. Comments appreciated. And yeah, Hibiki doesn't like losing an arm. Clearly very painful for her. And then fade into the ED. Excellent. Again, I've talked about it. Hibiki losing hand, losing fist, losing all these things that make her her, or at least one of them. How are we gonna kind of get over this? Is she going to get like a robot arm, like an Anakin type situation? I don't know. Lots of different ways we could take it. Maybe she grows it back with some magic relic powers or something. Maybe she's gimped for part of the season, but comes back to normal by the end. Tough to say. We will see what happens. But yeah, clearly thematically relevant. Again, we have the Nephilim taking, consuming, all for one, as opposed to Hibiki, who was using her hands, one for all. And yeah, I think that's good enough time to jump into episode 6 here. I may need to do the analysis at a different time. I may watch the episode and then disappear. Or maybe I'll do it quickly. We'll see. I still need to eat is the problem, and work is rapidly approaching. Either way, I'm going to get up episode 6 right now. Rightio, got episode 6 up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen. 23 minutes and 40 seconds if you're playing at home. As always, picture-in-picture in the description. Rightio, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Just a little bit before where we were. Yeah, with no music this time. I guess we need Ver's plan and their plan to be revealed a little bit more to kind of figure out what he's actually talking about. It creates a moment of hesitation there for Hibiki, though, which he takes advantage of. Wait, Chris is like lying down like dead. I guess she got punched, right? By Nephilim. Are we leading into the opening again? Yes. I see. Cool. Cool opening. I like the lead-ins a lot. I wonder if are the lead-ins on the recordings of these songs, or is it something else on the soundtrack? Because I think that'd be hype if, like, so say I click on Spotify, it actually has the lead-in to the opening. In the distance that day when the star became music. Still don't know what that's about. I'm imagining it's all going to make one sentence by the end. Maybe this is where Miku comes through. That would make sense, right? So still clearly we have whatever happens in this fight is going to happen, and then we're going to go away again. And then maybe some time with Miku to talk through some stuff. That would make sense. I guess the tragedy of it all is, like, it's just some good characters fighting good characters. It's just circumstances make them the way they are. Miracles are a cruel legacy. Whatever you say. Yeah, still suspect. Please get out of the white goo. Oh, Ver loves it. The psycho. Well, it didn't eat the Symphogear. Did it? Because the Symphogear is, like, in here. It ate part of her costume. And they don't like this. Yeah, they're discovering he's clearly bad news. Who are you taking orders from? Yeah, what are you doing? Let him go. Questioning. Oh, you've dead. Yeah, you're not good news at all. What happened to you? You seem very nice in the past. Alright, Murray's just like, I'm out. You gotta do something, right? Your Gungnir sister. Come on. Oh, yeah, that's even like... Yeah, whose relic's that? Is that the sister's? Yeah, it is. Okay. You should just say fuck you. I'm gonna go out and help. Excuse me? Yeah, kind of this all-consuming, never-ending hunger. It's evolving. This will lift the frontier into the skies. What do you mean by this? Should we trust this evil, evil man? Something's oh shit! Yo! I didn't see this coming. Yeah, Hibiki's gone mad again. In the same spot that she went mad last time. Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah. Yeah, she did. Excuse me? Okay, so you got like a beam arm. Oh. Literally an armed gear. Yeah, we'll see how strong your little boy actually is. Oh, Ver hates it. Our new world. You're not saving the world. I guess if the world's ending anyway, you might as well try to go full, like, supervillain with it. Sup? Classic. Is there any limit to Solomon's Cane, or can you just, like, keep firing it? So I wouldn't focus on Niflheim here. I'd be, like, beating the fuck out of her. But anyway. Is she literally going to pull her arm back out? Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's the relic that's, like, powering him. Is it not? Okay. Alright, we beat the boss. Can't say I saw this coming either. Hey. Yeah, but also the challenging of her internal stuff as well. Oh, coughing up more blood. Yeah, you're gone soon. Okay. This is very strange. This is not what I expected to happen at all. Oh, Chris is back. How'd we get her to change last time? We kind of just pinned her in place and then sacrificed ourselves. Why? Beat his ass. Bro, they're holding me back. They're gonna have to hold me back. Yeah, Ver's a little bitch. Hey, she's got her arm back. Yeah, she's got her arm back. I think this is nothing but an absolute success. What's the line? I said there's nothing as an absolute win. There it is. Is Ver actually a doctor, like a medical doctor? I thought he was more like a physicist or something. Yeah, kind of. But also, it's like a curse put on you. It's Maria and Hibiki are both feeling internally conflicted by what they are at the moment, right? Contrast between the two. All right, how's Hibiki doing? What's she thinking about? Oh, is this okay? Is this what happened? After killing so many people. Excuse me? Yeah, okay, so I got that wrong before when I was saying it was between season 1 and 2. I got that confused again. So this is what happened. It was between the concert and season 1. Well, season 1 is the concert, but you know what I mean. I still don't quite get the stakes of it all. I guess the lack of understanding about what the Symphogears actually are. What Symphogear are, what noise is. Thanks, Mom. The voice acting's really good. Thanks, Miku. We love Miku. I still don't quite get how it's hypocrisy. Equal and opposite reactions? Yeah, in trying to protect everyone else, you're bringing... Ooh. You're bringing pain to the villain group. A scab? What did you mean by this? Seemed kind of out of character. Excited? Because you were really down? Yeah. Seemed a bit fake. Okay. Okay, so Genjiro did know. Okay. I see. What does this mean? I see. Yes. That's why she's so strong. I don't think it's good from that scan. Yeah. Well, we've been through the whole Hibiki's going to die thing. It just didn't happen. It's literally never happened before. How can we know? Okay. Interesting connection. Yeah, okay, interesting. We can't let Maria fight. We can't let Hibiki fight. And now you're getting it all on your shoulders again, Tsubasa. Well, now you're putting on a fake facade. Oh, I mean, you're clearly just lying. Like, I think you guys are close enough to know that she's just, like, talking shit. Yeah. Give her a freaking cuddle, somebody, please. It's the classic I need to be mean in order to protect you. You know it's bad when Chris is the voice of reason as well. Can he just die? We hate Ver, honestly. Oh, I need that. That's very important to me. I kind of forgot the Niflheim died, yeah. Yeah, is that what you reckon? To me, it looks like you're about to get eaten by a sandworm or something. Ooh, singing that little song to yourself. Yeah, what do you mean with carry your cross? Maybe you are. I just want to know what if the moon actually is falling. Okay. Are they walking through abandoned? Yeah. So are they looking for the... Okay. Yeah, that is nice. But what's going to happen to you two? Oh, you're a bit hungry. I'm hungry too. I haven't had anything since breakfast, which is pretty long while ago. Yep, holding hands. Hey, look, it's Flower. Hmm. You guys all going to Flower? Or the new Flower? I think the exact opposite. We're in an anime. Who's that? Thanks, Miku. Oh, God. What is happening? Something may be afoot, but you should also go, like, chill out for a bit. Okay, maybe you should actually go check that out. Who is here? Okay. Ver's back. I'm back, bitch. He needs a shave, too. It's kind of like me. I mean, the whole point was to stop you from doing stuff like this, but sure. Got him. Is that meant to reflect her role as more of a relic than a human at this point? This fist is my life. Fist, not hand, fist. So she's doubling down. That's not. Well, that's what happens when you don't tell somebody all of the information as well. It's weird how the conflict's shifted, like, a lot. So Ver's now out on his own. The antagonistic force is now more concerned about, like, one of the members of their team. And the drama is now more around Hibiki transforming. I don't know, this show just moves, right? I'm just looking at the time. Might try to do it tomorrow. We'll see. Might give me some time to reflect on the episode as well. Because this one, it wasn't really. It felt really interconnecting, right? It's probably a bad one to stop on, honestly, but here I am. So, I've decided to kind of pause here. You'll see me again tomorrow morning. Videos should still be out around the same time if I have the time to edit and that kind of thing. Might do some editing tonight, actually. Either way, it should all come out. I'll just change clothes and have, 24 hours to reflect on the episode? Maybe, like, not even that, 20 hours. Just to really gather my thoughts and present something to you and go through the episode again and that kind of thing. Just run out of time today. It is what it is. But yeah, see you tomorrow for analysis on episode 6. Oh, I guess this might look a little bit weird because I shaved, but it should be okay. Hello, hi, I'm back. It's the next day, and I have episode 6 up here. And we're going to have a look at it. Thinking back on what happened during that episode, it went a lot of ways I didn't think it was going to go. The arm came back immediately, and now we're pivoting more towards a Hibiki is ill story, I guess. It's meant to mirror Mario, right? It's meant to be you can't use your full powers and you have the people around you trying to protect you from fighting. So they're mirroring that way, both of the Gungnir users. I feel like Tsubasa's trying to do Tsubasa stuff where she doesn't exactly let Hibiki know what's going on, when I think she probably should. Just tell her, hey, there's something wrong with you at the moment, we're not sure what's happening really, and we can't let you fight right now, you're out of commission. She didn't need to be mean, I don't think, but again, maybe I'm wrong there. Other than that, Niflheim blew the frick up, which was another thing that I wasn't expecting at all. Like, I thought the growth throughout the season would have been one of the main things leading into a climax. That was just something that I assumed would happen, not that he would die halfway through. It is implied that they're going to make a new one, yes. I don't know what it's going to feed off of, but we'll find that out, I think. And trying to think where we end the episode, which is Ver just attacking randos in the streets, and then Hibiki, still forced into combat, jumps out and attempts to fight. Despite being told not to, despite being, unwell, even though she doesn't know. She still does it. It's in her nature to help. She can't see a need and not do anything about it. It's just who she is. We also have the mom character taking a turn for the worse health-wise. We also have the kind of antagonistic force seeing what's happening with Ver and Hibiki and maybe having some second thoughts. One of those, like, are we the baddies type situations. I don't know, I'm thinking at one point during the season it's all going to be laid out bare, and I'm going to see what everybody's motivations at all points are. But for now, it's a little bit on the confusing side for me. Like, why is the mom character, the eye patch lady, stopping them from going to help? Is it all about kind of feeding this Niflheim guy and he's going to help the moon not crash into the earth? Is that what's happening? Because there's every possibility that Ver is just bullshitting and he's just using other people to make this thing all powerful and then is going to just, become God, essentially. He's power tripping like crazy. There's every opportunity that that's happening, right? But on the slight chance that the moon is going to crash into the Earth, I don't know, maybe helping the Symphogear people is also a pretty good way to try to stop the moon from crashing into the Earth, considering last time it tried to happen, a huge chunk of the moon came off, they stopped it. I don't know. Just makes sense to me, I think. Do they believe that the only way to do it is putting trust in this thing? Again, it's really hard to speculate at this point. I could just be completely wrong because every time I've tried to, the show's gone in a completely different direction. It really keeps you on your toes this season, I will say. I don't know, either way, episode up here. Ignore what's there on the right of screen. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, we're going to pause the episode when there's stuff to talk about. So basically that. It's becoming a bit of a habit, just replaying the last bit of the last episode right now. Again, I don't hate it, but it is what it is. Again, good in a weekly format, suffers in a binge format. I mean, I just switch off because I've seen this. Your fists may protect a few, but think of how many lives they will take. And this combined with a line later, right? She doesn't think about the other side of whatever conflict she's fighting for, right? When she was fighting Fine, it was easy, right? It was Fine's evil. We need evil to die. We're going to fight Fine and try to stop Fine. The conflict there with Fine was the whole Ryoko side to it. That's what gave that some emotional gravitas. In this situation, we have 3 characters on the other side, maybe even 4 if you want to think the mom's sympathetic as well, which she does get around to this episode. We have 4 characters there that are completely sympathetic, almost protagonistic-esque. You're almost rooting for them. We've seen Shirabe and Kiriko like messing about doing like anime stuff. We've seen Maria struggle, her flashback. We know that they have good reasons for fighting as well. Similar reasons to why our heroes fight as well. And I guess Hibiki's having a crisis of faith in that regard, right? It's like, am I really just like everybody else? Am I just fighting for my own selfish needs rather than the betterment of everybody? Either way, this line from Ver causes her to take pause, and then the chomp of the arm happens. The other part of it that I didn't get during the kind of first episode that we saw yesterday was that it eating the arm is a relic fragment, technically, so it does cause it to power up. So Ver's plan was essentially to get all the girls here and then sick Niflheim on them and then get Niflheim to eat them, which is kind of crazy. Episode 6, Miracles Are a Cruel Legacy. There was some context about miracles later in the episode, I believe, but I've forgotten now. Like, I've never seen a more evil, fucked up guy in my entire life. Like, I think we all hated Fine because of she had, like, her BDSM thing as well, which was also not great. As well as just generally being, like, a bad person. But Ver's just the worst. At least Fine was kind of funny when she was speaking English. That was kind of good. Ver, I just want to see die the most painful death possible. So this realization by Maria, seeing Hibiki's arm get eaten, combined with the previous thought of those 3 kids on the bicycles getting killed by Ver, it's like, yeah, this is clearly wrong. Why do I feel this is clearly wrong? I have to go do something. Again, this whole time through our life that we've seen so far, getting usurped by these more kind of powerful, these more selfish people, these more selfish men as well. Just using what you have for the worst purposes possible and causing crisis of faith, essentially. Again, mirroring Hibiki a little bit, right? Like, both sides here are clearly conflicted about what's going on. It's a little bit frustrating that they can't just talk it out, but there's clearly circumstances preventing that. And apparently Mom is answering to Ver. I didn't think that's how the hierarchy went, but sure. We're doing the right thing, aren't we? Not really, no. If we are, why do I feel so uneasy? That's because you have a good ethical code and you see, like, like beast eating human and think it's bad. Yes, this isn't for the greater good. You've overstepped the boundaries a little bit here. And then the mom says, "Let today be the last day you spend shackled to your compassion." Like, that's cold. I mean, she gets a little more sympathetic later, but this is like a villain. That's villain shit. We have no need for smiles or laughter. Hello? This is pretty tragic. So Maria keeps the relic fragment that Serena used to have. You can see it's kind of blown up because of what happened to her. And yeah, she keeps it as a reminder of who she used to be, who she used to believe in, Serena's worldview, which was extremely selfless from the short example we have. Everything is falling apart. If I continue down this path, one day I, too, will break. Yeah, I just kind of want all the characters to just hug it out. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm too soft. Niflheim starts to transform a little bit after consuming the arm. Again, I'm literally taking away your best ability, Hibiki, and then I'm going to use it to power myself up even more. Again, all consuming, all everything, right? For one, say Hibiki, which is, spreading everything out to everybody else through hand holding. Lift the frontier into the skies. I still have no idea what the frontier is, but anyway. And then something unexpected happens. We haven't seen this for a while, have we? And it causes some immediate pause out of her. He does not like this at all. Yeah, it's evil Hibiki back, this real beast-like form that comes out after overloading the relic, essentially. So in times of crisis, this will take over and, go berserk, essentially. So we saw this last time when we were at our lowest moment during the end of Season 1. Chris had died, Tsubasa was losing, all sorts of things were being revealed that were bad. We hit a really low point and we came back up out of it, and it was all very beautiful. Here we get no such payoff. I think we enter this form, we gradually exit it, we grow an arm. But other than that, things are still bad practically across the board. It's just a way to raise your stakes from season to season. So this was one of the climactic moments in season 1. Let's play that out again halfway through season 2, so we need to go even larger during the climax. I think it's something like that. Yeah, but she grows her arm back immediately, which is a little bit lame. I kind of wanted to see one arm Hibiki for a while. I guess she can just grow limbs back, I don't know. This is good because we get to see Ver acting like a little bitch, the little bitch that he is. Yeah, look at this guy. This is just satisfying. I like looking at this. He conjures some desperation noise and Hibiki jumps inside of its mouth, Jonah style, and starts beating it up from the inside. She pins down Niflheim, reaches inside of him, and pulls out, this is the relic Niflheim. I forget if it has a different name. Again, I just like seeing this guy sad. It's fun. And again, this is a hugely unexpected development. I expected this particular Niflheim to exist the entire time. I think right now we're building another one. I think that's what Ver's doing. But Ver is now separated from the evil group. I don't know if he'll go back. I know that Kirika and Shirabe are looking for him, but then he just goes to attack a population center. So I don't know. I would disassociate from that guy, cut him off. He seems a bit weird. Anyway, it clearly means that we're going in a different direction to what I thought we were going to, because the Nephilim will need to be extremely strong, stronger than it is now, to have this make much sense. If it's the same strength, then it's well, we already beat it pretty easily. Hibiki just went berserk and killed it. So if we want to prove that, Hibiki being normal and doing Hibiki things is better than the going berserk, we need to have a stronger adversary to fight, and then Hibiki to pull through being herself, being true to oneself. Being true to oneself, giving the ultimate self-sacrifice, knowing that she may die using this power, that it's slowly taking over her, that it may slowly kill her, that she's still going to use it, giving her life for everybody else. I don't know, we will see. We will definitely see. And yeah, Mom coughed up some blood again, and she's taken another turn for the worst. Murray is having a bad day. She really is. Hibiki is me right now, and people have to pull me back from trying to kill Ver. Honestly, hate that guy. But yeah, they snap her out of it. She explodes outward, and yeah, she's fine. She's grown her arm back. We'll see where it goes from here. So they want to bring Ver back in to have a look at this mom character to see if she's okay. I didn't know he was a medical doctor as well as his weird Symphogear magic doctory as well. So that's cool. He's clearly well educated. And that gives kind of Kirika and Shirabe something to do for the rest of the episode. Hey, we're looking for Ver. This is very important character stuff for Maria. This is all because I was too weak to bear Fine's soul. I need to be stronger. I was weak right now. It caused people around me to get hurt. It caused Ver to go to berserk. It caused Hibiki to eventually get her arm chopped off and go berserk. And by extension, because of that, because I couldn't stand up to Hibiki when she went berserk, Dr. Ver has now run away, and he can't help Mom. So it's a very big confluence of factors causing Maria to blame herself for what happened. If I was just merely strong enough, I would have just held them all off, and then Mom would have been fine, right? Well, no, not exactly. That's just not how logic works. Especially considering this whole Fine thing will not make you, you. So again, we had that shot of Maria conflicted, thinking about burying Fine's soul, and then flash immediately back to Hibiki. Clearly linking the two in kind of a filmic fashion as well. We also have Tsubasa here, like blaming herself as well. Lots of self blame here. It isn't a good situation. So now we get our big Hibiki flashback as she's in the hospital bed, kind of recovering from what happened. And yeah, this is the thing I think I said before, that it was between season 1 and 2. That was a mistake. It's between the concert scene and the rest of the show. So the first episode and when she gets to Lydian. So we see her desk here clearly singled out from the rest. So she was seen as the only one left in the stadium after what had happened. If you're attacked by the noise, you get a big payout just by getting injured. So they're claiming that she did some kind of fraud with the noise. Like, this seems really random and out of nowhere. I don't know, guys. Like, I get that kids are mean and kids just take rumors and then they swirl around and blah, 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 blah. But I just don't think this one logically makes sense. Like, how would she even be at blame for any of that? She was clearly a victim. She bought a concert ticket. I guess she was in the middle of it all, but that was just circumstance. I don't know. Like, clearly evil bullies here. Doesn't that come out of the tax our mum and dads pay? Our parents pay? Yeah, it probably does, but who do you care? You pay tax. I pay tax. I don't care where it goes. The government are probably doing shady shit with it. I've come to terms with that. I don't know. She clearly didn't, like, do it for the compo, is my point. And did she actually get compo for it? Like, if she did, fair enough, but is there any record that she even did at all? Did they buy a nice new house with it? I don't know. This is all just very weird. I don't quite get it. Murderer, thief, only you survived. I guess that's suspect, right? If we have this whole big disaster event, right? Everybody's dead but Hibiki inside the stadium. Well, except for Tsubasa, but I don't know what happened there. Like, why were you the only one left? Is that a little bit of... It's not quite survivor's guilt, but survivor's blame? I've never known, like, say a terrorist attack to happen, or some natural disaster to happen, or some weird other explosion, or something like that, right? And the one left alive being blamed, or made fun of, or ridiculed for it. I've never seen that before. But people believe it enough to throw stuff through their window, so I don't know. It clearly is meaning something to someone somewhere. Enough to torment the family anyway, enough for a young Hibiki to internalize such a thing as, hey, I'm the problem. Especially when it's hurting the people around her, the people that she loves the most. Can we talk about that into what just happened? Into, hey, her actions again are causing more people to suffer? So her direct actions before, her actions of killing Nephilim, sending Dr. Ver away, even though she doesn't know, is directly impacting this mom character. Clearly the other side, the three other girls, they're sympathetic. Clearly she knows that. Is that the conflict? Seems like the mother and grandmother were still supportive all the way through it, though, which is good, even though we haven't seen them back again in the show. Anyway, we wake up to a nice little surprise. It's a get well card from Miku. Clearly handwritten as well, so you're in, Hibiki. Even if I think my actions are selfless for the people around me, it is also having some opposite reaction to the adversary. Is there a way that we can all equally share everything? Again, I don't see anything directly wrong with what Hibiki's doing right now. I guess. She's still trying to reason with them at every opportunity, right? But now we have this ticking time bomb of the Earth crush moon thing as well, so heightened stress levels. Yeah, here it is, the all-important line. Though I try my hardest to bring happiness, will I just bring pain and sadness to others in turn? Is there a true solution? There's also this piece of scab that was on her, I guess, chest scar thing, where the relic is. And we find out that that's bad news a little bit later on. So through the flashback, I thought the voice acting on Hibiki was excellent. Here it is also excellent again. You can clearly tell there's a difference between normal Hibiki and Hibiki putting on a face in a show. And I think most of it's in the VA work. A little bit in the animation there, like that's pretty unnatural, a little bit stiff from Hibiki. Like she's being kind of ridiculous, right? And yeah, Tsubasa's not dumb. She sees through it immediately. Chris calls Tsubasa out a little bit, say, hey, you trying to be stupid or whatever? And then she's like, well, no, not really, but I also have some stuff that I just learned about Hibiki that's very important. There's a lot of different names here that I don't recognize. Thomas Paine is a pretty good name. Mass hysteria has clearly occurred with the people that are in charge and know what the go is with the moon. Like if it lands there on the Pacific Ocean there, like the world's fucked. I mean, the world's fucked anyway, but like that's a specifically really bad spot for it to land. Like water going everywhere. Bad. This is what the piece of scab off of Hibiki looks like now after they inspected it a little bit more. Clearly got like stones coming out of it and stuff. Clearly not natural. And her repeated use of the Symphogear has caused this to happen to her body. Just visually, it looks like bad news. It's spread throughout the body. What Ryoko was talking about, the fusion of a human body and a relic. That's why Hibiki's so busted and shoots rainbow tornadoes out of her fists sometimes. Because she is super strong, but of course, she's burning bright because she isn't going to burn very long. I mean, the series has teased Hibiki dying before, so I'm not exactly trusting them. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This is clearly impactful for Tsubasa. Like, think about it, a lot of the people closest to her have died in the line of duty doing this job. If she sees another one die in the same way, she wouldn't be able to take it. That explains her actions later. Clearly baggage around Kanade, same relic. It just makes sense, right? And even if she continues to live on after her humanity has gone away, will we even be able to call her a human, right? Will she permanently turn into this thing that we've sometimes seen her turn into when she goes berserk? Like pure relic power, maybe. So I don't want to see my friend die. I also don't want to see my friend turn into something evil, like the other team. Tsubasa's actions clearly justified. I wish she had a better way of doing it. I wish she could tell Hibiki about it instead of keeping secrets. And then Tachibana is broken, just like the moon. Not quite sure about that connection. Because moon has been associated with curses, which I don't associate with Hibiki. So the FIS promise that they will stop the moon from falling, but they're using the noise to endanger human lives in the process. Is the sacrifice of a few through trusting FIS and letting them do what they do, is that worth letting everybody be saved in the end? Again, conflict. Again, Hibiki's, all over this. Tsubasa's going back to her old ways anymore. We can't let Hibiki fight. We can't let Tachibana fight. Any threats that come our way will meet the point of my sentinel sword. She's putting it all on her back again. She's becoming a sword. Again, not great. She should clearly rely on some other people as well. Maybe even a Chris. Chris could help. I don't know. She seems competent. Yep, has to bully Hibiki a little bit. You hate to see it, but again, makes sense. So we need conflict. Even a little push there. Yeah, and then Chris is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's clearly painful for her, though. I don't know, cool scene, I think. I like Chris. Chris is like the sane one here. And Hibiki, like before, like in the flashback, blaming herself a little bit for all of it. I really am worthless, huh? Clearly not. Like, you're not. We go back to the Dr. Ver variety comedy hour where he falls. He clearly looks like disheveled. I don't know how long he's been like out and about. It looks like he's grown like stubble. It looks like he's been patrolling the desert for weeks. But yeah, no, he finds the relic thing and he's very happy. And we hate to see him happy. I think his VA work's pretty fun though. He definitely hams it up. Maria watching over Mom as she recovers, kind of singing to herself the Little Apple song with Serena again, clearly on the mind. Clearly the relationship between Serena, Mom, and Maria, there's something there, right? Whether Mom hears it, she's a good girl. See, that's sympathetic. Why'd you say such evil things before? Yeah, I'm trying to make those 3 gentle girls carry my cross. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. Maybe I am in the wrong. I mean, you were. But admitting it's the first step. They're communicating with Shirabe and Kirika through a phone call, essentially. A video phone call with no video. Where Kirika and Shirabe are patrolling a very familiar setting. Kind of the city that got abandoned. Kind of the setting of the first season. They're looking for Dr. Ver, not having a lot of luck. I like this, clearly relieved that she's talking and sitting up and well. Must have been weighing on their minds a little bit. To the point where they were ignoring their own hunger, their own needs, in order to find Dr. Ver. Yeah, and 2 best friends just holding hands looking for the good doctor. This is where we get our lead into Flower as well. The okonomiyaki shop from season 1, clearly abandoned because it was in the city. Hopefully that lady's doing okay. I mean, she's here. The editing there made it seem like she's still in the abandoned building, which is like, you can leave. Like, there's other places you can be. You should get a new job. But nah, Hibiki and the gang are going to visit her new shop in the new city. Itaba does her Itaba thing again where she references anime, because she's literally me. But yeah, Miku clearly was caring about Hibiki from the sidelines and invited her out on this little meal to make her feel better. That's nice. Yeah, a certain someone was worried that you might be feeling down. Aw, that's cute. Yeah, look at that little sheepish look. But before long, we get dragged back into the action. And Dr. Ver's here. Oh no, this is like bad. He's holding the relic and he says, I won't hand this over to anyone, no matter who they are. Or something like that, anyway. Is he going to be acting solo now? He seems to be deranged, so that would make sense, and like nobody would work with him. Ver also sees Hibiki and then gets like super scared, which again, fuck this guy. I like seeing him sad. But yeah, Hibiki forced into battle once again despite what's happening to her. This is another indicator that something's wrong. She punches the noise without transforming first. Normally this is a big no-no. You don't have that certain field up that prevents the noise from doing the thing. Yeah, you kind of see its colors change once she actually does transform. And yeah, clearly she's not entirely human or has some superhuman protective abilities that she possesses. I don't know. It's weird. It's almost progressing to the point where she's not even human anymore. But she's clearly still herself right now. I don't know. Again, we're talking to the comparing and contrasting of her and Maria, right? Like Maria, whenever she uses her power, something bad happens. Whenever Hibiki uses her power from now on, something bad happens. Why can't we all just get along? And yeah, this is that lead into the end of the episode, I think. This fist, my life. And then she's like, I hate you. Shaking fist at the enemy. They are Symphogear, we get as well. A little title drop right there at the end. And yeah, into the ED. Don't think anything happens post-ED, I believe. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's the end of the episode. I don't know how much more I actually have to say about it. Again, clearly an interlinking episode. I really wish I could have watched another one, but again, time permitting, that kind of thing. Because we're kind of halfway between a conflict right now, right? Which is not ideal. I'd like some closure to something. But we're not going to get it here. And I don't think we're going to get it for the rest of the season, if I'm honest. Either way, I think I explained before, not really going in the direction I thought it would, which is cool. We're going for some different ideas, and it's thrown me for a bit of a loop. Which doesn't mean it's bad, it just means that I'm a little bit out of it. I don't know. Comments will surely catch me up on things that I've missed that are maybe important. But other than that, I don't know. I think it'll all be revealed in time and make a lot more sense. Either way, thank you very much for watching this week. I love me some Symphogear and looking forward to Fridays every time I record, which is nice. And yeah, just my shill stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. The Discord, join the Discord, love the Discord, vote on polls in the Discord, talk about Symphogear in the Discord. And yeah, thanks for watching this week. Hope to see you next week for maybe 2 more episodes, unless there's a better stopping point that people want to tell me about. Probably not going to do 3 for the people that want 3, but anyway. Alright, I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.